Hey, it's Sunday at 8:30 Central Time, which means it's time for Paint Talk. This night's going to look a little bit different, though. Instead of having Matt with me, I'm actually going to bring on the owner of Paint Pixie brushes. I'm going to give away a free VIP to one person tonight. I hope it's you. And you, and you, and you, but I only have one to give away. But I'm going to bring Miss Josie Siefker on here tonight. I'm going to go to the Pinners Conference. Does anyone know what the Pinners Conference is? Because I have never been to one, and I'm really a little bit unsure about all of the events that take place while we're there. Hi, Janet. How are you? As you guys come on, let me know you're here. I am going to bring Miss Josie on here in just a few minutes. I feel like we had like a breakup. I feel like Ross from Friends, where he's like, we were on a break, but I feel this weird, like, is everything going to get back to normal soon? Hi, Farah. Hi, Josie. I was just telling them I'm going to ship someone. I'm going to tell you the deal. Someone tonight's going to get a free VIP. This is a $53 brush. And I'm going to choose one of you tonight to give this to. So I'll tell you the dealio here in just a second. Mary's here, Raquel and Judy and Laura. You guys, I missed you so much. Matt's going to actually hang out in the living room with Elijah and Holden and some other kids tonight because I've got Miss Josie Siefker of Paint Pixie coming on. I am going to get on a plane in about, like 11 days, Jost, and I'm going to head to Idaho, Boise, Idaho. And I've never been to a Pinners Conference. So I asked Josie to come on here tonight. The tickets are super cheap too. I think they're like $10. I don't know. It's a latte and a bagel, right? I mean, it's not much at all. Kelly Weiler's here. I miss you already. Denise, how are you, my friend? I see a lot of familiar peeps popping on, and my Michelle is here. Listen, I missed all of last week because I was hosting my second annual Courage on Canvas art retreat in Galveston, Texas. We have another one coming up in September, but we're doing it in Kansas City at the Ugly Glass Company in Kansas City, Missouri. We have Melanie Heyman coming and teaching next time. But seriously, guys, it was such a wonderful experience. If you ever get an opportunity to take some time to yourself and work on your craft with a group of like-minded people, do it. I am exhausted mentally and physically, but I come home so refreshed and rejuvenated, even though I want to sleep for 3 days. I'm going to give this away. I'm going to give you the rules, and I'm going to bring up Miss Josie Siefker from Paint Pixie brushes here in just 1 second. So because this is kind of like we're getting smarter, it's a Q&A, it's a community of creatives. I'm just going to choose somebody at the end of the live to give this $53 brush to. You just have to ask a question, and I'm going to choose the best question. That can't be hard. That can't be hard. That's easy for everybody. Renee, thank you, honey. Thank you so much. We also, on Wednesday night, I'll have Katja Furniture. Miss Katja herself is going to be on live with me Wednesday night, and we're going to do the cover reveal because issue 7 is publishing this Friday. I saw the cover. I went through the entire magazine, and once again, I cried all the way sneaking through the magazine because I cannot believe the contributors, their photos are getting so good. Their words, the things they're saying, and then Cami is just pulling everything together, and I'm so proud of the magazine. And the cover popped up, and I wasn't sure. It's a new look. We've never done it before. I've gone back through it 3 times and cried myself through it. I absolutely love what we have put together for you guys. We publish on Friday, so if you're not subscribed, you can do that now. But Wednesday night, 8:30 Central Time, Miss Katja herself and all her beautiful blonde locks, she'll be on with me, and we'll do our cover reveal that we do every single quarter. Start asking your questions, because when I see my favorite question, I'm going to write your name down, and I'm going to ship this $53 brush to you, okay? Easy enough. Josie, if you're ready, just go ahead and come on into the back room, and I'm going to pull you up. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you. It was such a magical time. Anytime I go near the beach, I always come back so excited. We have the cheap tickets. Basically, I saw the price of the Pinners Conference, and I'm like, this is totally doable here. I'm going to be in Boise, Idaho. I'm going to be with the fabulous crew from Paint Pixie. Hello, my Oklahoma homie, Ramblin' Rome. How are you? And I was just noticing that with your discount code, you even get a like half off price for these tickets. I think it's like $10 a ticket, which my goodness, get a latte and a muffin and you've paid 12, right? So this is really, really doable. Josie, as soon as I see you in the waiting room, I will pop you on here. I asked Josie to come on here because she knows all the details. She's been working her tail off, preparing for this, prepping. And so Paint Pixie is going to have a huge booth set up with hands-on activities. She's got Jane Belante and Debbie Tona coming, and they are actually going to be teaching you as well. Hello and happy Sunday. I got my lemons so we could all make some lemonade. This was a piece I've been working on in my group, and I need to get it finished now that I'm home. I watch, and it seems I'm not improving. What am I doing wrong? I want to be like you. Rhonda, have you taken a tutorial? I do have a membership group, but there's hundreds of tutorials in there because I get it. And what I hear most often is it's so different on the screen than in person, which that doesn't work for everybody. I get that. But understanding the pressure, the amount of paint applied. So if you're having trouble with that, yes, I do see you, Josie. Hold on. I see you now. If you're having trouble getting the look that you love so much, maybe do more paint or less paint. Apply less pressure or more pressure. Use a new brush. There's certain things that you can do to change it up a little bit. I'm going to bring on Miss Josie Seeker. And Laura McCarroll's first question is, who is your favorite mentor? Love that. And here is Josie now. There's my friend.
Hello. Oh, let me turn the light on. It's probably making it. Is that any better?
That is better. I can see your stylish haircut there, Mama.
Yeah, my little spikes, right?
I love it. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Do you hear me okay, Jose?
I can. Let me make sure my volume is turned up. I think it is. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I hear you perfectly. Okay, so we're getting some questions in now, and I told everybody I'm shipping them this brush just by asking questions. So I'm going to choose one. We've got Shelly Tipton. She asked a question. We've got some other questions. So you guys keep them coming. I'm just going to pick one of you on here tonight, and I'll announce it at the end of this live. All right? Michelle says, hello, Josie. Renee says, my sweet Josie. I know you can't see the comments, but they're sending you some love.
Hi.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So I was just telling them that we're going to be together in like 11 days.
I can't wait.
Will you do me a favor? And I want you to tell them a little bit about what a Pinners Conference is, Josie. I haven't been. I can kind of imagine it. And what I imagine is kind of like a big building where people walk up and down aisles. But I don't know if that's right or not.
It is. And there's so much going on because it's kind of like if the Pinterest website were live, right? Mm-hmm. You see so much going on. All the vendors, those of us, including ourselves, we're going to have a free make and take, which I'm super excited about. And I'll tell you what, we submitted to teach this and we didn't get picked, maybe because we're the new kids. So we're like, you know what? Instead of them having to pay for the class, pay for the supplies, we're going to give it to you for free. So we are making that same, they're banners, come hang out with us. We're going to be trying, we're going to be using the magical chalk paint, transformations, molds, the pixie dough, all those popular products that make something. So that's what you're going to see a lot of. Okay. So make sure you come on Friday. It's 10 to 8. That's when Miss Dion will be there.
Okay, on Friday from 10 to 8?
That's when they're open, yeah. And if they want to do the free make and takes, the exhibitors are doing, you want to come. And the line out the door when we went to Scottsdale to check it out was wrapped around the building, but I am telling you, it is so worth it. So come at 10, plan to do a bunch of make and takes if you don't want to pay for a class, but they can go online on the Pinners, Idaho, pinners.com, and probably put / or / whatever called Idaho. But anyway, they will see classes they can even purchase. It's like a whole ticket, but otherwise you're right, it's only $10 to get in. And if they use a promo code SHOP, all caps, they get half off. So $5. Can't beat that.
You can't even get a coffee for that.
I know. You can't. Nope. So that's really, that's what it is. It's better than a craft fair because this is so much as hands-on on the make and takes.
I love that.
It is. It's so fun. So, you're a special guest on Friday, so I want you to talk about that. But we have so many people excited, and they're coming on Friday to meet you. And so
we have your whole you got like a Paint Pixie posse now. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up with a song. Paint Pixie's got her own little posse coming, and it's like, if you guys are not following Paint Pixie brushes, these are the brushes that I've been using for the last 4 years. Some of them have my name on there, but they're the quality that I'm in love with. And since all of this has started over the last few years, there's this like posse now. Like she's got her own collective of team, and it's really fun. Because every single day I get this notification that says Paint Pixie is live. And so I know you've got one of your posse members showing up, doing an arts and crafts or doing an art or painting on furniture, or it's you yourself, right?
Right. So it's going to be myself, Jane Belante Art. So Jane Belante, she's also my brand ambassador, and Debbie Tona from Tona Transformations. And Debbie is a local. She lives, I believe, about a half hour out of Boise. So it is in Boise, Idaho, everybody. Sorry about that. Forgot to mention that. She's going to be there as well, both days, helping, asking questions. And there might be one other. Karen Denning she lives in Utah. She's going to try to make it as well. So all three are my resident artists as well. So that's really exciting to be able to let everybody meet all of us, right? Who knew? Who knew, Dion, 4 years ago? Who knew?
That you was going to have your own posse?
Right. I know. I was so happy selling 4 paintbrushes.
I know, because mainly, let's be real. When I first started, as long as I had one brush, I did the whole piece with one brush.
Yeah.
But now, I just got back from my retreat and I took a whole case of my brushes, right?
Yeah.
And I think I sold out of every VIP I had. I sold out of the caddies, which those are furniture brushes, but we use them on canvas too. We were selling the magic packs, and we sold all kinds of different brushes. So, with more and more people painting, painting lemons on furniture, you can use.
I love that. By
12 brushes. Sometimes I use 12 brushes on one piece of furniture. It doesn't have to be that way, but I have options. And I think that's what's so fun about being a creative, is that we have options now. And of course, 4 brushes was amazing. I was thrilled to have those 4 brushes to use too. But how many brushes do you have now, Josie?
In my own line, I have 20, and we have a new one coming on. I haven't announced any of that yet, but we have another new one. And then your brushes, gosh, what, 17? I'm talking about 17 artist brushes, I believe, plus your shortstop and your VIP. And that VIP, oh my God, I'm, I was hesitant when you're like, I want this big brush, right? And I'm like, well, after Mr. Pixie, Jerry, figured out what the retail price would be, he said, does she think she can sell it? I'm like, remember I asked you, I'm like, so what do you think? At $53, do you think you're going to sell it?
I don't know. I was like,
you said, I don't know, but you said, I don't know, because everything's an I don't know, right? If we had a crystal ball. But you're like, I think I could. And wow. I mean, the people, like, honestly, just recently, Debbie Tona, in one of her lives for us, used it for the first time. I sent that to her. How long ago did those come in? I sent it to her and she said, yeah. She said it was under a cart, like on a shelf. She'd forgotten all about it. And once she used it the other night, she used 3 colors at one time. Yep. In an hour, she had her piece. I call it a faux finish, but it was all blended, right? In an hour. So
and that's the thing. It covers a lot of square footage really quickly. So like she said, Debbie used 3 colors. That's what I do. I load my brush and you put them on there, you wet the bristles and it blends the entire piece for you.
Yeah.
Does the hard work. And I think that's really good. There are big brushes on the market, but what I personally love about this is I love supporting a small family-owned business personally. That's where my heart is.
Yes.
I also love that the bristles don't fall out on me. That's kind of a big deal. But I get that it's an expensive brush, which is why I'm giving one away tonight. I'm so grateful that you guys are on here. I am so appreciative for you asking questions.
And I would like to mention for those who might be new to our products that the furniture brushes, like your VIP, your short stop, all of our line, they are made in Italy, right? In Italy, by another small family, and your artist brushes are made here in the US. So again, another small family. It just worked out that way. And I just love both families, but our Italian family, I'm really close to.
Yeah.
Really close to.
Yeah, they're really great. And I remember seeing their videos and learning more about them too. Yeah. Raquel has a question, Josie. Raquel would like to know if they have pinners conferences in other states.
Oh, yes. Actually, there are 8 of them. Boise being the first, the newest one. It's the first one for them this year. So we're really excited about that. We think it's going to be a big hit. So there are 8 all throughout, there are 12 months in a year. So, almost every month. And so we're doing Idaho this year, and we're in November 4th and 5th, we're doing Salt Lake City. And we really think it's a good venue for us. If it proves to be, we plan to do probably 4 next year. I'm thinking Fort Worth, right? In Texas, that's in September. And then maybe something up, if I can find something more north, maybe, I don't know. I have to look and decide. I don't know. Atlanta's in March. So I have to, again, look at.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, the more people come and see us in Boise, the more likely we're coming to you.
Yes.
Okay.
That's absolutely true. It's one of the reasons, you and I have had so many private conversations. We made the decision not to open a store in Sedona where we live. Just even here to find people to work is so hard. And I don't want to be strapped to a store because somebody has decided they don't want to come into work, right? So that's another reason why we decided to do pinners. If we can make this a success, I'll even do more than 4 next year. And maybe this is what we are being led to do, but we'll find out. But I think so. I think it's going to, just from what I saw in November at Scottsdale here in Arizona, my goodness, it was just packed. It was
that's
packed.
Wonderful. So if you're just now popping on, Josie and I are talking about the Pinners Conference coming up in Boise, Idaho on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. I will be there on the 22nd all day, ready to meet you, talk about what you're doing. There are make and takes that they're setting up. Josie's setting up with her crew, and me included. There are going to be, how many vendors did you say would be set up?
200, I believe, are there in Idaho. And that's, I think, one of the smaller ones. Utah is going to be, it's the biggest one in the country when we go in November. But 200's a lot,
Yeah, that's a lot. That's going to take a couple of days. But you guys, it's only like $5 to get in.
Yeah.
So this isn't something that's a huge financial commitment. If you want to take extra classes from different vendors, they actually have classes that you can take and you can learn. So you can come and plan to create. What Josie was saying, that they are actually offering all of this for free for people.
Yes, at our booth. And we have a prime booth. So when they walk in that front door, Dion, they're going to pass the first aisle on the right, the first set of vendors. Okay. As soon as they do that is the actual main aisle, and we're right there. You cannot miss us. We're at the T.
I'm going to be at the T.
Yes, you are. Gentlemen. You're going to be set up in that corner. So no matter which way they come, they're going to see you painting, chatting. We also want to let everyone know that we'll have information on how to become a Paint Pixie retailer. So that includes your products, not, when you're a retailer for us, it's everyone's products.
Yes, I love it. Is it going to be both canvas painting and furniture painting, is what Twyla would like to know.
We were thinking for you, Dion, canvas, because so many of us, and I'm saying me, I don't know how to use your palette knives and the artist brushes. So we thought, since you do your beautiful art on canvas and furniture, that maybe we think that's where the focus will be. But a lot of times the background of your canvas is the same as the background on your furniture, right? It's all the blending. So you can use it either or. If there's time, Debbie's going to we asked her to bring some small pieces, and she loves to blend as well. So we asked her to bring some small pieces and maybe do some demonstrating while she's there as well. But we're hoping we're going to be so busy and having fun that, that's it.
Surely, meet and greet. And I've already had about 5 people message me and tell me they're coming to Boise to see me on the 22nd. Irene Garcia, Josie, would like to know, what is a good brush cleaner?
My soap, the Suds brush soap. It is all natural. There's absolutely nothing, even the scent, which you can choose lemon or orange. They're essential oils. They're not perfumes. We only have our soap maker make the best for us, for you. And it's a charcoal base. So that in itself, charcoal draws out impurities.
Yes.
It also draws out, like with our big oval brushes. I'm always still amazed when I rinse out that oval brush, which one, the 12, the Belief, once I hit it with the soap, how much more paint comes out of the middle. So I also, in research, know lemon and orange citrus is also a cleaner. So I feel like I've combined the charcoal and the citrus for that extra cleaning, and they smell so good.
They do smell dreamy. They do smell dreamy. Janae wants to know, Janae wants to know, do you ever use a metal scrub brush to clean your brushes? Do you use a scrub brush also with the soap?
I have, but that's usually because, sometimes sealers will dry on your brush a little different way than paint will. So sometimes, right, and I've left it aside a little bit, didn't wrap it.
Especially metallic paint, usually.
Yes, exactly. So on the outside, a lot of times I'll use that. I know the metal one she's talking about. I forget what it's called. This steel. I know which one. Like, I have one made by Purdy or Worcester, but I wanted to show Irene. That's our soap, and it comes in this scrubby bag. So as you're washing and scrubbing, this helps. It's a scrubby.
Yeah, you just hold the bag, and then it's kind of like a nylon plastic bag.
Yes.
Mesh. So the soap comes through, but the little bristles from that bag actually scrub your brush. It's really, really handy, and it's totally worth it. You guys, if you're just popping on, I'm giving this brush away here free in just a few minutes. So your goal is to ask questions, ask Josie questions, ask about brushes, ask anything. And the best question, and I know, like, how is there a best question? But whatever question makes me go, that's the one. I'm going to ship this to you. Okay. So I am looking at your questions. I'm reading them. We don't have time to read them all out loud, but I am reading them. this is your challenge, is to ask, when are you coming to Maryland? Says Janet from another planet.
Is she talking to me or you or us?
Josie and Dion, when are you coming to Maryland?
Heck, I don't know.
I don't know, sugar.
I know, that's just it. It's still so early. Well, actually, it's April already. I guess it's not that early in the year. But that's what I mean about trying to get to the East Coast next year, to try to do something there. And even if it's retailer training, we're actually talking about doing like a retailer. You don't have to be a retailer, but like a retreat. If any of you watch HGTV Hometown, I love the little couple from Laurel, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And it's becoming a destination like Waco is with Magnolia. So I thought that could be really fun to maybe do something in Laurel. Then, you've got Florida and Texas and the East Coast. I think that could be a good spot.
Yeah.
So
no, I think that's a great spot too. That would be a lot of fun maybe for the future. But as far as Maryland, I don't have anything down just yet. Okay, Janet, I know you are so good. You're coming to see me like
I love her.
She's already coming to see me like 3 times this year. So I should come to you and take you to dinner, Janet.
Well, Dion, maybe you and I could do a trip together. I love Janet. We became friends in Galveston, her and her friend Leah.
Yes. And
talk about, and this, just some wonderful women.
Oh my gosh. Coming back last week, I'm just like, I had a woman, Brenda, she's 74 years old and she danced the hardest. She walked the longest. She jumped the highest, literally jumped higher than me on the beach. And I'm competitive. So I'm like, just jump higher than me.
Oh my gosh. God bless Brenda.
Irene Garcia says, what brush do you recommend for dusting the sand off of the furniture? Irene, I actually do use an old brush. I don't use any of my Paint Pixies for that. Like if I have to do sanding or anything, I actually have an old, huge, the bristles are down, but I use that so I don't actually use any of my Paint Pixie brushes for that.
I wouldn't either. Or I have back cloth.
Yeah, or a cloth. That's a great idea too. I have bought other expensive brushes that shed like crazy. I would love this brush to see what level it takes me to. So Brenda, I have 5 of these and I have my original where it wasn't even stamped on here very well. It's like a little bit different and I'm still using it because I get really attached once we make something pretty. I don't like to get rid of my brushes. So, yeah, that's a real thing. We don't really have that bristle. I mean, you might get one brush out of several hundred because it was, these are handmade. So
exactly,
it could happen. Okay. I'm not going to say it's 100%. That would be a lie. Janae wants to know, do you use conditioner on natural hair brushes?
I don't, because I feel our soap is natural, that it conditions the brushes as well. That's my opinion. Yeah, they're really soft afterwards, but I know people that do, and they'll leave a conditioner on there.
Papa Mac and Irene says, I've been pushing the conference on everyone I come in contact with since I heard you were going to be here. You guys, thank you. I love an in-person event more than anything else. I remember the very first time I started doing those things and the sweat and the nervousness, but I don't feel that anymore. It's all about let's come on and sit down and let's get to know each other. So I plan on painting on canvas. I plan on using as many of my brushes and palette knives as I can. Last week, we had some ladies that said they've never used palette knives. So we were able to kind of work with them on that. We have, we see April 22nd, 23rd. Thank you, Michelle. Will you go ahead and post the link one more time, Michelle, on Facebook and on YouTube for us? Let's see.
And I wanted to mention, because I kind of left somebody out, Mr. Pixie will be there too. So anybody interested in meeting Mr. Pixie, and just be prepared. If you have a business, he's probably going to talk finances with you to make sure you're running your business properly. Just a warning.
Absolutely. I love Paint Pixie brush cleaner. I need to get motivated. Okay, I'm going through here, guys. You guys, the more questions you ask, maybe I'll have to give away 2 brushes.
I'll
Keep
tell
them
you what,
coming,
wait.
okay?
Okay, Dion, I actually have an extra one. So you give one away, but you pick the questions. You give one away, I'll give one away.
Oh, she's gonna match me, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but you pick the 2 questions. So
okay, all right.
And then we'll
the more questions we have, the better. What I'm doing is I'm reading through here, and as soon as I see one, I have 3 that I wrote down as a reference, and I'm still looking. I'm going to pick 2 people now that have asked a question, my favorite questions. You have no idea what that will be, and it could be different tomorrow. But the thing is, I've had 2 people tell me in the last 2 weeks that they used this brush for the first time, and it was life-changing for them.
Yes,
and life-changing feels dramatic, but when you're an artist and you find a tool that actually makes your life easier. So I'm not in here trying to sell you brushes. What I'm trying to do is sell you a $5 ticket to Boise, Idaho. I am doing that.
I'll tell you what, the first time I used that brush, I had this dresser I needed and wanted to paint, and I decided to challenge myself, probably because I saw you do it. You know how you'll use a zillion colors, right? What I ended up doing, I took that brush and I had 9 colors that I used, but I made stripes going vertically first, came back horizontally, and then blended with it. It is gorgeous. So it's not, you can't even tell it's striped. It's just the way I applied it. And it took me like an hour just to get all that done. It was so quick.
It is. And I have videos all over Pinterest where I apply on a 5-foot canvas. I will lay down my entire backdrop, and I'm going to answer Brenda's question. She says, what differentiates this brush over others? So I could say this about many different brushes, but if you have never used a brush, I mean, this is 6 inches. So it's not really thin. There are so many bristles in this. So my point is it holds a lot of paint. It also, because of the way you can load on your palette, you pour your paint in circles. And those of you that are in my group, you know how I do this. You pour your colors out, and then you start rubbing your brush in the paint together. Okay. So you can do an automatic ombre. You can do an automatic blending right here on your brush. You wet your piece of furniture and you get those colors on there, and it's done for you. It's just a simple back and forth going like this, and it's blended. So that's what I love, exactly what it is. Denise is late and she's just now popping on. She's asking you, Josie, if you can explain what is a Pinners Conference, what time and where.
Okay, so the Pinners is a Pinterest event. And I think I neglected to say that, didn't I? No, I said it was like
no,
on Pinterest.
It's hosted by Pinterest, which I'm a Pinterest girl.
Yes, so it is a Pinterest event. They call it Pinners. And it's like walking into a real life Pinterest online where you see so many vendors and the make and take. You're going to see every make and take tables in the middle of the main aisles. They will all be full, all of them. You know, this is an event you maybe, unless your husband likes to do the make and takes, you probably don't want to bring them. You want to bring your girlfriends and boyfriends that love to create, because there's going to be so much there that is free to do. So even if the classes are filled up, because I have had people message me and say, the classes are full, you know, now what? And I said, ours, and they want to know, you know, did I miss out on yours? We're like, nope, ours is free. And we're doing the same thing. We're making these really cute banners that you can take home and come hang out with us. We're not going to kick you out of a chair because you've been there 10 minutes.
No, I mean, I may sit on your lap because I'm like that.
That's right.
But, you know, I mean, I just assume everybody gets there. We're all friends. So Brenda wants to know what type of palette I use. Brenda, I'll be honest with you. If you have an old serving dish in your kitchen that you're not really using anymore because it's like Tupperware, or you have an old lid, I will seriously wrap them with my press and seal and stick it on there. But I also have this wet palette by Masterson, and it's 16 by 14, and it has the lid, and inside it I actually have, instead of the wet paper they offer, I have my press and seal in here attached, so I can just pick it up. So that's what I would use. But honestly, I have several serving dishes or old melamine trays. You know, when a melamine tray is outside, it gets cracked. I'm like, oh no, that's a pallet.
Like cafeteria lunches, right?
Cafeteria lunch trays. Find them at a thrift store. They're seriously wonderful. All right, you guys, keep the questions going. I've already chosen one question, so I still need one favorite question. I'm going to ship a Paint Pixie VIP to one of these ladies and gentlemen. Josie's also going to ship one, and all you have to do is ask a really good question.
Yeah. Yes, a really good one. Like, right? There must be stuff they want to know about us.
Okay, let's see. Yolanda says, Josie, your brushes are so wonderful. Any plans for a ruling pen in the future?
A what? Is it a rolling pen? Oh, a rolling pen, maybe she means? Probably because of the pixie dough?
It says ruling. I'm sorry. I bet she means rolling. I was like, I don't know. Is that a tool that I've never heard of?
Yeah, I can say that probably not, because there's some products that we just could not sell cheap enough. I'll be honest with you. And right, you know, I even myself, I just have this little acrylic one with the handle that when I want to roll out my pixie dough. So I'm assuming that's what she means. You know, but never say never. You know, never say never. You never know.
Hello, ladies. I see you on there. You're welcome for the answers. I'm sorry we can't get to all the questions, but I am reading them. Patience says she's getting ready to apply to be a retailer for Paint Pixie.
Oh, yay!
She gonna have your brushes, right, Patience? She's precious. Hi, Karen Denning. I'm glad that you're here too. Irma says, I always leave the brushes in water. Irma, no nickname, Rosales.
We won't judge.
We will not judge you, sister. Lori Christian says, are your brushes natural hair or synthetic?
They are a blend. They are 70% natural, 30% synthetic. And when I asked my manufacturer why, because I asked him, because I was buying all natural before I started my brush company, right? And so I'm like, oh, can you make this in a natural? He says, well, we don't do all natural. We do natural synthetic blend. And I'm like, okay, why? And he told me because they keep their shape better and they wash better and they wear better, because a synthetic brush won't wear down as much as a natural bristle.
Okay.
So I think that is one of the great aspects of our brushes. And I've had loyal customers send me like brushes from the competition that are all natural or whatever. And now I can really feel the difference between some and how they wear. So I have to believe them. They have been making brushes for 45 years, you know, so who am I to question it? I'm, you know, I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, they've done their research. So when they're advising you on what's best, you definitely want to go that route.
Yes.
And try to wing it or find out the hard way. So I love that. Yes. Use the warm water.
But
Michelle, thank you.
They do make a synthetic, just so everybody knows, when they see the blue bristle brushes, those are synthetic. And we also carry this one, the Pinelli Giuliani. We branded it for them, actually, because we thought for more of a man who doesn't want a Paint Pixie name on his handle. This is 100% synthetic, and this is like the highest synthetic bristle they offer. So it's super smooth. This is my favorite synthetic, I'll be honest with you. And I normally I prefer my blends, but if I'm going to use a synthetic, that's my go-to one.
Well, this is mine, and I use this one. I use the Blue Wave when I'm sealing my paintings, or if I'm going to use a sealer on my furniture instead of wax, I use the Blue Wave, which I actually will. This is a brand new and I've only used it once, but I will usually write on it and say top coat.
Yes.
So I don't use it for anything except my top coats. You guys, if you're just now popping on, this is the VIP brush by the Turquoise Iris. It's available. All our retailers have them available for Paint Pixie. I have them available on my website. The VIP brush is for blending different colors or just making a smooth surface Oh, Irene, it's for anything. I love it because I usually use multiple colors. I will lay my base layer down with it. It also allows me to do a really beautiful dry brushing. And Josie was saying that what she loved it for. So I use it because it goes faster. And usually at this speed that I'm in my life, I'm usually painting as fast as I can.
That's it.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you for all these wonderful questions. Karen said, thank you, Karen Denning, 70% natural boar bristle and 30% synthetic bristles.
Right.
Thank you. I just went to Paint Pixie and I saw a small brush with a flat top. Does Paint Pixie have a small round brush?
Yes. Yeah. We have the tiniest little called Joy. Then there's Purpose. Those are the two baby Pixie brushes. And those are great for crafts, like really small. And then don't forget, we've got French Tip and Little Frenchie. You know, I've
Grabbing
been
all my
cleaning.
brushes, sister.
I know. I'm trying to see if.
So this is the one that you could get. It's called Purpose.
Oh, thank you. I was looking.
And it's the smaller round one. Okay. It's about 1 inch by 1 inch. So it's still the oval shape, but I highly recommend it. You can see that I get a lot of use out of it. I also recommend the French Tip and the Little Frenchie. All right. So those, obviously the bristles are come to a point. So when you're working in trim and you're working in edges, and if you're a ding dong like me, you may paint a whole piece of furniture with the French Tip one of these days.
Yep. Oh my gosh. After you started doing that, when you started buying into my brush line, how many people started painting full pieces, and I think they still do with that French Tip. I know one of like the vintage, you know who the Vintage Mermaid is?
Yeah.
Okay. She's also a Paint Pixie retailer. She told me the French Tip is her favorite. And when I see her orders come through and that's all she orders, I have to laugh. I'm like, okay, it is one of our #1 sellers, along with Dusty, Little D, Blue Wave, and Little B. And I told her one time in a conversation, I'm like, Lori, you really should carry the Dusty or one of those. She's like, yeah, Phil loves those, but I love French Tip. So I laugh every time her order comes in. She says she paints a whole piece with it.
I mean, and it's really good for creating like depth in your cheekbones if you're using a bronzer. Betty Hills, this brush is 6 inches. That was the main thing when I said, guys, I really would like a wide 6-inch brush, and they were like, can you sell this? And I'm like, I don't know, but we should try it. And sure enough, we are selling the heck out of it because once someone uses it one time, they're like treasure. It's like gold. Like we love it. So Josie, Cheryl Atkinson would like to know, what part of your business is your favorite?
Honestly, I love, although they make me nervous, I love going live and being able to teach something. That is my favorite. Now that I have people that run my social media, they tell me when they don't tell me when I can go live, but you know how Facebook is so picky. They only want you to do 2 posts a day or whatever. I'm so one of those people that when I feel like jumping on, I just want to jump on. But I realize because of Facebook and what they want to see, I can't do that anymore. But honestly, I love the teaching part of a live. I absolutely love it. Other than that, product development, like researching all the new products, is a lot of work, but it's fun.
Yeah.
But you can go down rabbit holes.
You have a lot of fun with what you do. You guys, if you're just now popping on, we would love more than anything if you would tag a friend in this business who might be in the Idaho, Boise area, who would like to learn more about the conference, who would like to come see Josie and I and the other crew from Paint Pixie. And also, if you'll pass the video around, tag a friend, any of those things, or any free, bless you, sweetie.
Sorry.
It's a free thing that you can do to support a small business, and it's not that big of a thing. but it's big for Paint Pixie when
Yeah.
you pass around the video.
It is.
So if you could tag someone that you think might want to hear this, I would really appreciate it. I know Josie would as well.
I would love it so much.
Should we use a designated brush for applying a top coat, Josie?
Yes. Just like Dion said, she labels her blue wave. Yes, you should label one brush, do not paint with it, and that becomes your designated brush for your top coat. And always wash it really, really, really well. And in what we also sell Pixie protectors, and I just used one of my last ones, so I got to get more from Amanda when I see her on Friday. But the Pixie protector, if you do not have time to wash your brush, or you want to wrap it in a wet rag, because that can dry too, I've experienced that. You put it in our Pixie protector, which is a plastic bag with a hole at the bottom. The handle comes through it. You ziplock the top, and it'll stay wet for a couple of days.
I love it.
I found I'm using them more and more. That's why, she had just sent me several packs, and I'm already out of them. Because I've been trying to do a lot of painting, getting ready for Pinterest or pinners.
Janae wants to know, how do you stay so young and excited about your work, Josie?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I think when you just love what you're doing, and I have such a great support system with my husband, and he has said to me from day one, the day that this is not fun for you, we're selling the business, we're closing it. And I just absolutely love it. And yeah, there are times that can be challenging, right? Because things are new or whatever's happening, but on the most part, probably 99% of the time, I just love it. So it's easy to be upbeat. And at the end of the day, am I tired? Yeah, I am. I'm not going to lie. There are many times I'll go to bed at 9 o'clock. But I get up early. I wake up early for me. I could be awake by 6, may not get out of bed till 7 or 8, but I don't know. I think that's the secret to continuing to have I'm going to say young attitude about what I'm doing.
Absolutely. Laura would like to know if you will ever make a brush double the size of the VIP like the one Matt made for Dion.
Probably, I'm going to say probably not. I think, no, but never say never.
Josie.
Never say never. It all comes down to how much will someone pay for something.
For sure.
And how many can we sell? Like our buff, right? That's a $73 wax buffer. So if anybody wants to know what that is, it looks like a loaf of bread almost. It looks like a huge shoe shine brush. Dion, you cannot live without yours, right?
I cannot live without this. This is the original one I've had.
Yeah, me too.
You can't damage this baby. And it's for every piece of furniture. I've waxed my canvases. I've even thought of waxing my shoes. I'm saying it's brilliant.
Right? So I'm not going to say never say never. There have been times that I've asked for a brush, but he'll come back to me and say, I can't get a handle. I can't get the right shape or the right handle for you. So, because I forgot what I asked for not too long ago, and he told me that he couldn't do it.
Yeah. And that's okay. That just means it wasn't meant to be. The Caddy's been selling really quickly, but Betty wants to know which brush is your best seller, Josie.
I'm sorry. Jerry wants me to, he says, make sure you let him know the new brush you're coming out with. I said, I mentioned it. Okay, I'll show it.
Show us.
We're calling it Stippling. And this is my sample. I've been using it, but so it's a smaller version of Little C, bigger handle. Okay. And it's perfect for especially big stencils. Okay. Stippling. I'll show you what I did today. Okay. I'll show you my project. We're bringing this. I made a Lazy Susan to take to pinners for the make and take table. So I stippled my background. And,
okay.
right, it just caused, it's just a whole different type of kind of a faux finishing look. So this will be, like I said, like a stippling, a stencil, whatever. So
I
it's
love
our first. I'm hoping to come out with stencils. I'm looking for somebody to make those for me. So if anybody's out there and you know someone who makes stencils, let me know, please.
When will you have that available?
What's that?
When will you have it available?
It's going to be, it's being made right now. So once they make it, Amanda just put in a new order. So, oh gosh, maybe in a month. I think she just submitted the order a week ago.
Okay. If you guys are just popping on, we are talking about the Pinners Conference in Boise, Idaho, where I'm going to be in about 11 days with the Paint Pixie posse. There are multiple people coming out. You guys get to come create, learn, and the tickets, when you use a promo code, are $5. And with that, you get is that a $5 for 2 days or $5 for the 1 day?
I think it's each day. You have to buy, unless you buy like, when they go online, they do have, I think, packages. So if they want to buy both days, I just don't remember how much both days are.
Okay. The other thing I want to tell you about, because Irene is asking, okay, gals, what brush do you recommend for the ornate, hard to get areas? So because this one's been around a while, this is ideal for little detailed areas because of the pointed tip. This is the little Frenchie, but this caddy right here, because of the long bristles, I want you to know what happens when you have an ornate detailed piece. The bristles are really long and soft. So what they do is they basically hug the trim, they hug all of the molds, and they wrap, basically they hug it and they put paint on it. And I'm just like, here. So I would say, Irene, for little tiny areas, I would do the little Frenchie because of the point. But for a larger area, I would go with the caddy.
Now, Dion, do you have any caddy in stock? I have to tell you, we are sold out
every week.
We are sold out. So those those are being made right now, because I know it's going to happen. People are going to go to the website and like, I can't, the caddy's gone. It's not there. Well, because it's sold out right now. So I was hoping maybe you had some in stock.
I have two. I was going to order
Good. Well,
today.
Okay, there you go, folks. Go to the website.
Yeah, I do have two in stock. I looked today because I sold two this morning and I went, is it time to reorder? Sure enough, it is. Let's see.
Now, I have something instead of, if you don't want to do two VIPs, Amanda sent me, I don't know what I did with them. I threw them somewhere. I have a caddy that has a little chip in the handle. I usually give those away on the Paint Pixie page, but if we want to do a caddy and one VIP, I don't think anyone's going to mind either one. I could do the caddy instead, or they can choose.
Well, we'll let them do that. Why don't give me 3 more minutes, you guys? Last questions coming in. Whoever asked the best questions today, 2 of you are getting a free brush with either a $53 price tag or a $44 price tag. Either way, all you got to do is ask a question in the comments, guys. The Idaho event is not the only place. No, that Pinterest hosts these events all over the country. They've been everywhere. This is just the most recent one this spring, and where I'm going to. This is my first time to be there, and this is the first time for Paint Pixie to be setting up their booth. Yeah.
And unfortunately, the only other ones I remember off the top of my head, because we were looking at them, is September will be Fort Worth and November is Salt Lake. So we're going to be in Salt Lake in November, but I can't remember. But they're, I believe, in Indiana, Atlanta, Georgia. That was just last month. So they missed Atlanta.
Okay.
Gosh.
So all you have to do is you can Google Pinners Conference and you can kind of find the dates and the locations. But if you're wanting to find out where Paint Pixie is going to be, then just send them an email and they might be able to give you the upcoming times and dates too.
I can do that. Yes.
Kathleen Nolan. I do a lot of training on Pinterest. I'll tell you, it's a huge market and it's a big part of my business where we work on daily, where I'll use the brushes. But I use that. I have all of that training in my Creative Connection membership, which is actually open right now. It can be overwhelming, but I do a lot of coaching on Pinterest in my membership groups, both of them actually. But I would encourage you to use it for sure. All right, we are going to announce the winners. So I have this VIP brush, and I am going to ship mine to Terry Cordell.
Oh,
Terry Cordell. And her question was, what made you want to support other women? You are always so good and have always been supportive. I found that there was something that may have been missing, and I found a void, and I wanted to create I wanted it, and if I didn't see it, so I decided to create it myself. I created this community because I needed it for myself. And I figured if I need it, so many other creatives need it as well. And so when you don't see something, guys, as a business owner, when there's an opening or when there's something you want, but you can't find it, go create it yourself. Right, Jose?
you know what? That's what I did with my brush company. I found there was
exactly
a void.
What you did.
That's exactly. I felt there was a void. My favorite brush is the oval. And I felt there was a void. If you were a retailer, you couldn't get that depending on what paint line you sold. So I filled a void. And I try to do that with all the products I come out with, but pretty much that was it. I filled a void.
I love that. I love it. Okay, so Terry Cordell, thank you for all of the questions. You asked several questions, but I need you to email me, Dionne, DIONNE at theturquoiseiris.com, and send me your address so I can ship this VIP brush to you. The other winner, Josie's going to send you a caddy or a VIP, is Irene Garcia. You asked a ton of brilliant questions, and yes, I'm so grateful that you did so. So Irene, I need you to also send me your address, and I will send that to Josie so they can ship that off to you. You guys, we wanted this to be a Q&A where it's educational, where we gain awareness about where we're going and where Paint Pixie is going to be. Honestly, if you're in the Boise area, this is going to be a $5 ticket price to come and see us. And I would love to see you there on the 22nd. I'm going to fly in on the 21st and fly in back home on the 23rd because it's prom night for my boys' first prom. So I won't be there for very long. That's why I won't be there on Saturdays, because I've got to get home to take photographs of Holden and his girlfriend.
And so we know family first, right?
Yeah. Thank you for being understanding, everybody. And Josie, is there any last thing that you want to say before we go tonight?
You know what? I just want to thank all of you. Congratulations, Irene. Congratulations, Terry. Thank you, everybody, for being so supportive. And I cannot wait to meet, hopefully someday, all of you. But hopefully we'll see you in a couple of, not even 2 weeks now. But
Absolutely.
And my family appreciates it all, every little bit.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Let's see, there was a question. Are there any VIP tickets left?
I heard there were not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Pam Dudley, I'm sorry, I don't believe so. Let's see. Oh, lots of congratulations, you guys. Thank you for being so supportive. Thank you for being so supportive of everybody. Thank you for joining me. I will remind you, if you missed the beginning, I'm going to be on Wednesday night with Katja Furniture. She's on the cover of my magazine, issue 7, and it is Divine. I'm telling you, our motivation was Versailles. Don't we love Versailles, Josie?
Oh, I love Versailles.
So Katja has created a piece that's absolutely beautiful, but it's custom for just our magazine, so nobody has seen it. And it releases on Friday. So we're going to do the cover reveal with her at 8:30 Central Time. So if you can pop on and spread the word about Miss Katja, that would be wonderful. Josie, it was good to see you and talk to you.
It was great. You know, I love you so much. My adopted daughter, you know, I call you that.
I love you too. And I look forward to seeing you in just a few days. Okay.
Can't wait.
All right, everybody, those two ladies, send me your addresses. Everybody else that asked the questions, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. If you're watching on the replay, pass this around, tag your friends, and have a great night. I'll see everybody later. Bye, Josie.